Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Thanks, Shona. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Vicky, what are we going to do with Miss Vicky, y'all? She's in here talking bad about herself again. I don't know what we're going to do with you, Vicky. I plead with you every time and every day. Let's change that speech. But I think you like doing that. You're making me feel like I'm not helping you. Hey, everybody. Good day. Vicky, do you get, come on now, be honest, do you get just a little pleasure from being down on yourself? Just a little bit? You need me for a couch? You're making me feel like a couch. I ain't into that. I hear some guys are into being couches and stuff, weird stuff, but not me. Hey, everybody. Hey, Paulette. We got to break away from being hung by our own tongue. Hello, Tammy. We're going to get started in just a moment. Hello, Sharon. Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's busy as a bee, cheerful as a cricket, steady as a clock, and standing on the rock. We are alive. We are above ground. It is Wednesday. It is Way Day. I love Wednesday as a Way Day. I'm going to show you why when we get started. Y'all know why. It might be a little bit rhetorical, but Wednesday's a fantastic Way Day. But before we get into that, we just want to do the introductions and that sort of thing. My name's Travis. I've lost over 100 pounds, come off all prescription medications, and there's tens of thousands of other lives here as well on planet Shibboleth that have done the same thing. And for that, we just say glory to God. Bless the name of the Lord. We couldn't do it without God. The Bible says that God orders our steps. If we do good, it's because of the Lord. Every good gift come from above. So let's just keep going, keep accepting God's help and grace, and let's all keep praying for Vicky. We want her to come in one day and just faith it until she makes it. We want her to come in here and be like ridiculously positive, so that we all go, "Is that Vicky?" That's when things will begin to change. Hey, Brother Charles. That's when things change. It's when we start speaking positively and powerfully, even when we got no reason to. Even when you've got no reason, everything around you, it's tough. It's challenging. Sometimes families falling apart, work's falling apart, can't pay the bills. I think there's a blessing in just blessing the name of the Lord. And trying to get those problems off of the throne and put Jesus back on the throne. And then we can navigate through those tough times in life a little more easily, because tough times don't last. They're just like good times. Good times don't last either. We're either in the middle of a crisis, or we're getting out of a crisis, headed toward the next crisis, or we're about to be in a crisis. So that's just life. That's what life is about. And thank God for it. If there wasn't pain in life, we wouldn't know when we were having a pleasurable moment, right? So thank God for the uncertainty. Thank God for all that's going on. We got this, everyone. We just need to put Jesus first in our life. And it's easier said than done. I know it takes a great deal of trust. But today is Miss Vicky's day. Miss Vicky's going to pretend to be positive today. I know she's got a lot of things that is tough on her. I know that, but we're going to be positive. We're going to be positive. All right. Today we've got this session. We're going to do Q&A. We're going to get all your questions answered. And then tonight we'll be going live again about 8 p.m. For those that need those 2 sessions a day, and also for the ones that can't make the live session at 10:30. We want to make sure that everyone here is working towards earning their fast track badge. That is so important. And we need that cloud of witness to help our new folks. They've been taken advantage of by so many diets. It's hard for them to believe if they invest a little time in those fast tracks that will make a difference. How many of you experienced members will help me witness to them and let them know if they'll listen to Kim Danke and those fast tracks, they will begin to start understanding. See there? If you'll just go through fast track, okay? Kim's not going to teach you anything that's going to be miraculous, but she's going to make sense of nutrition and lifestyle management for you. You'll understand insulin control better. Then you'll come to these sessions 2 a days, Monday through Friday, and get what you need from me so that you can begin to personalize your program. We've got every tool and resource that you will ever need, but you have got to use them. You've got to have a big why. If you don't have a reason to pick up the tools I give you, then you won't pick them up and use them, and you won't ever have the results. So please earn that fast track badge, please. There's one other thing that I'm going to plead with you to do. It is daily discipline number 2. Does anyone know what that daily discipline number 2 is? That's right, April, everybody. Thank you. Journal. If you bite it, you write it. If you hog it, you log it. If you nibble it, you scribble it. It is not hard to journal. If you're struggling with a journal today, can you tell me the thing that those voices in your head tell you that prevent you from journaling? It makes all the difference in the world. What is it that holds you back and prevents you from journaling? There's a voice in your head. Too ashamed. I haven't heard that one. Maybe what you mean there is when you have a holiday, you're ashamed of yourself even more so if you have to write it down. Maybe that's what you mean. Journaling the ugly food, but I'm doing it. Face it. That's right, Beth. Face it. Failure. Some people are addicted to failure, Vicki. We talked about this last week. Some people get pleasure from failing. Yeah, they do. How so? Well, if we've been attached to failure our entire life, everything that we've tried to go for, we feel that we failed. And we feel like anything that we go for, there's going to be setbacks and failure. We cease to go for as much in our life. And when you cease to go for as much, you're going to be even less successful. When people say they fear failure, they really don't want to be successful. They really don't want to be successful. Success, the only way to be successful in any area is to go through failure many times. That's the only way. You'll never meet a self-made successful person who did not have many, many failures. But they courageously were willing to go through those failures. That applies to weight loss, business, relationships, because success only comes from making good decisions. Good decisions only come by way of experience. And we only get experience through failure. So all these things that we tell ourselves, some of us in class every week say the same thing over and over. Well, I'm afraid of failure. No, you're afraid of trying. You're afraid of trying. You don't want to try. You think somebody taught you early on that you should be 100% successful at everything you do. And if you can't be, you quit. That don't work that way in baseball, football, basketball. You know, take LeBron James. He barely makes half his shots, and he's considered the greatest basketball player on the planet Earth. But he shows up for his games, don't he? Babe Ruth struck out more than any other baseball player ever, but he's the home run king. He kept swinging the bat. The Bible says that the wicked person will fall down, and they're wicked because they won't get back up. The righteous person, even if they fall down 7 times, they'll get up every single time, and they'll keep trying. So all this stuff, if we really want to be successful, it's all about changing our mindset. And that includes, Miss Vicki, I'm picking on you today, how we speak. And in this format, when y'all speak, when you speak, you're over here in the chat and you're writing it down. It has just as much impact, maybe more, because when you speak it, sometimes you can speak things flippantly and not really mean it. But when you write it down, you mean it more so than when you speak it. We got to be really careful about even what we write down. So anyway, I got off on a little bit of a tangent there. We really are going to get to it, but I need you to journal. If you bite it, you write it, you hog it, you log it, you nibble it, you scribble it. Before we talk about Wednesday Way Day, let me do a journal entry for you the old-fashioned way, not even the quick way. As a diabetic, I need to keep track of the carbs as well. There's nowhere to put them in the journal. Yeah, you got plenty of space to put that down. Now, if you mean, does it say protein, carbs, fat? No, there's not a place for that. But I keep up with mine sometimes. But you got plenty of space there. If you need some help with that, get a mentor appointment, and they'll help you do that. You're trying to keep up with your protein, carbs, and fat, it sounds like. You got plenty of space there to do that. You don't even have to use the category right there where the key. You can open that box wider. My protein was 12. My carbohydrate was in that meal was 15. You can do that. That's not a problem. I hate that you feel that's a problem. Okay, so a journal. Will somebody time me? Will you get your little stopwatch ready? I'm going to do it real slow, too. All right, April, get the timer ready. I'm going to go slow. I'm going to talk y'all through a daily journal that's changed and saved my life. I'm going to do a day's entry. You ready, April? Don't click it yet. Start when I start on the board. Ready, set, go. So I'm going to go slow, real slow, slower than you would. April has started. Breakfast. For breakfast, I had a Mighty Muffin. I was in a hurry. I had a Mighty Muffin, and I added a teaspoon of peanut butter to it so that I could count it as a meal episode and get a little more stick-to-itiveness to it. Really enjoyed it. Forgot how much I love Mighty Muffins. Also, reminder, be a good dessert with a little fat-free Cool Whip tonight. That would be a snack if I need it. Just a reminder as I'm building my plan. Lunch, went to Chick-fil-A. Love those nuggets. Love the 12 grilled nuggets. Placed in a wrap, my own wrap, placed in my wrap. Delicious, delicious. For dinner, I had unstuffed cabbage rolls, portion bowl, end of the day before bed. I'm so proud of myself. Got hungry and had the knickknacks, but I abstained. And then I would keep writing and I would say, so glad, so proud of myself that even though I had those knickknacks, I abstained. And tomorrow I'm going to do it again because I feel so better about myself, even though I was tempted today. How long did that take me? $2.5 minutes. Could those 2.5 minutes daily for 3 months change my life? Honestly. What takes longer, dosing your insulin or doing your journal? Probably about the same. So let's look at a holiday. Okay, it's going to take 2 to 3 minutes. But on a holiday, here's what most people do on their holiday. They go, how many of you have ever done that in a journal on your holiday? What did that help? What solutions did you find? No solutions were found. Whatever triggered this holiday, whatever the devil used as a stumbling block, will the devil now use again and cause another one of those? But if I journal, breakfast, approved bowl of cereal. Did good. Fast, easy. For lunch, Wendy's chili over a salad. Added Fiber Gourmet crackers, crushed them up in my chili. Wow. Forgot how much I love this. We'll do again. Dinner. Mexican chips. Cheese dip. Chimichanga. That's a holiday. Why did I do this? I should have brought my chips in. Or ask for sliced bell peppers to dip in the cheese dip. I would have enjoyed three soft chicken tacos in my shell as much as the chimichanga. I would write that out. I would have enjoyed it just as much, but I would have left with an invisible side item of fat loss. But now I've cost myself 2 days. That won't be happening again. Now, if I write that down, is it less likely to happen again? If I slip up 3 or 4 times and I keep writing that down, it's going to begin to sink in. That's the only reason I changed. It took a lot of time and a lot of mental work. And a lot of that mental work was done in my journal. Has anyone ever, back when people used checks instead of debit cards, and you had to keep a paper record, when you were young, did anybody get in trouble writing checks but not putting it in your ledger? And you'd get in a mess? And then you'd start realizing that you had spent a lot more than you realized? That's why you had the balance book. That's why the balance book helped. Yes, April says, I used to be a banker and people would bring their registers into me to sort things out. And all they would have to do is have the discipline to do it one check at a time. Keep up with it. And you'll spend less that way. It's the same thing with your food intake. You must do an accounting of what goes in and what goes out. You must go do an accounting of how you think and finding the void replacements and those triggers. It does take time. And by the way, y'all did good today. Y'all didn't use the number one excuse, or at least I didn't see it. People say, I don't have time to journal. Then you have to make time for obesity and sickness. Did everybody brush their teeth this morning? Did you put on underarm deodorant this morning? Did you want to do it? Did you get excited about it? No, but you did it anyway because of the benefits. Journal. We've got less people journaling than ever. But yet I see people all day, not y'all, so I'm not getting on to y'all, but I assume that you might be like a lot of them. TikTok, they're doing this all day. They could have put in 50 journal entries for the time I see people scrolling through TikTok. Is TikTok helping you get lean? No. That 3 minutes a day, that investment is so worthwhile. I'll get off my soapbox. Next, Wednesday is weigh day for this reason. Now, I weigh every day multiple times, but that's okay for me because I no longer get distraught by what the number on the scale say. I know that the scales lie if I look at them every day. They're not telling the truth about my fat gain or my fat loss. If I look at them once a week, they can lie a little bit, like for a lady, that time of month. You know, your weight's up 3 or 4 pounds, no fault of your own, nothing you've eaten. It's just that time of the month. And you get on the scales and it's depressing because you may have put on, the scales may show you put on 2 pounds. You really lost 2 pounds of fat, but you've got 4 pounds of water retention. Those things happen. So you get discouraged because you listen to the scales. The scales measure your total weight. They don't measure your fat weight. If you're following the program, even if you've got some temporary water retention, the fat's still coming off. It comes off in ounces. It doesn't come off in pounds. Anytime in a day things are coming off in pounds, it's not fat. There's only a little bit of fat. Look, this is a pound of fat. Let me redo my markings here. This is a pound of fat. See my marks there? From this line all the way over to here. That's a hunk of chunk right there. Pretend that we just cut this off. I cut it right off. And I've got this little section remaining. That's about how much fat following our program that you're losing per day after your first month. That much space though. That's only 1/6 of 1 pound. But people that lose only 1/6 of 1 pound of fat get discouraged. If you see the visual, when you think about it, if you see this, think about losing this much every day, just falling off of all those places that you're predisposed to carry excess fat. Think about this coming, this much being dissipated from your liver and you no longer having fatty liver. Do you see? Do you see? This is where I get excited, because if I follow the program and I'm consistent, every day it's falling off. In a week, people that lose 1 pound of fat, they're discouraged. If you lost fat and not water weight and glucose, if you lost 1 pound of fat every week, can you not visualize this times 50? Losing 50 of these in a year would change your whole appearance. People wouldn't even know you. What prevents us from being consistent? We don't enjoy the process. We don't enjoy the process. If we can ever get ourselves in a state where we actually enjoy the process, nothing can stop us. I know we enjoy hog trough eating, but do we? When we feast and we spike our insulin levels, do you feel good as you're eating the food that you shouldn't be eating? Certainly. Do you feel good after? No. If you eat an approved meal in the right portion that you like, do you enjoy that while you're eating it? But do you also enjoy afterwards, knowing you did it and you're losing fat too? Is the process enjoyable? Knowing that you're not out of control, that you're in control. To me, feeling out of control of my eating behavior is not fun. But being in control, now, is it hard? Is it hard to do? Let's see. So we drink our water. I think we've established that nobody in their right mind can say that's hard. It doesn't hurt. It's not painful. A journal, if you do it right, it's very satisfying. It's very satisfying to keep a diary. Journal, food combinations. Is it painful to have chicken breast, potato, and okra? That's fun. Portions. It's not fun to not get to eat everything I want. I get that. But when I have the right portion, I feel good during and I feel good after, physically and about myself. Timing. Probably the most enjoyable part of my program for me is a 16-hour fast. When I go on vacation and I eat all day, it takes me about 2 days and I am sick of it. I am so ready to get back to my disciplines because I feel so good. I feel terrific. I have anchored to how good I feel instead of what I feel like I'm giving up. Does that make sense? Anchor. You have to, just like God teaches us, trust and anchor to God. In the program, too often we trust and anchor to the wrong thing. We trust the opinions of others about what we're eating and how we're looking. Is that the right way to change your life? Other people's opinion of what you're doing is none of your business. None. Other people's opinion of how I eat and how I take care of my temple is none of my business. But we trust what other people tell us, even when we're getting results. Is there anyone that's ever been doing good with their diet, their weight loss effort, and someone that they value criticize what they're doing or criticize them and you quit? We're trusting the wrong thing. Here's what we trust. What did the Bible say? God said this. Now, I'm paraphrasing. God said, don't trust me? Prove me. Try me and see if I won't pour you out a blessing that your heart can't contain. Elijah said, y'all prove your God and I'll prove mine. We'll dig a trench. We'll put wood in the trench. We'll wet it. And we'll call on our individual gods. And we'll see which God answers by fire. So how do we prove and trust that this process works? Other people say, here's what you should be doing. What you're doing's wrong. And you trust them. Are they improving your blood work? Are they diminishing your waistline and your dress size? Why would we trust them when right before our eyes, we're melting around here? We're melting. So we trust the results. We anchor. Be careful what you anchor to. If you anchor to, I'm having to give up so much to lose weight, you won't lose weight. If you anchor to, weight loss is hard, you won't lose weight. Nobody's going to do anything that they've convinced themselves that's hard without being made to. But if you anchor to, this is really easy. There's nothing up here that's difficult. What a blessing that I can do this, go through this process, and it's an enjoyable process. And then you anchor to how you feel, delayed gratification. Don't anchor to the lack of instantaneous gratification. Anchor to the achievement that comes through delayed gratification. Anchor and trust the right things. Wednesday is weigh day. Those of you that get discouraged over the scales very easily, and you live the life that most normal people do, this won't work for everybody, but for most of us it works. Usually the first day of a diet is a Monday. Statistically speaking, most people where they've been studies on this, they start their diet on the Monday. Most have quit before Tuesday ends. How many days does it take to get in efficient fat burning? 2 days. Fact, most people quit by the second day of their diet. So with our plan, perfect days Monday, perfect days Tuesday. We're in EFB on Wednesday, EFB on Thursday, and let's say I have a hollow meal Friday night. That makes that a holiday, but I only did poorly on Friday night. And then Saturday, I get back on, and on Sunday, I get back on because I'm really determined right now, and I've got a huge why. So this huge why I have caused me to only have one hollow meal. I did great. This is a fantastic week. I had 2 days in efficient fat burning mode. I did good this week. Come back around the next week. I'm on fire Monday. Sunday I was perfect. Second day, so I'm on fire here, fire here. My weight gain came right around here. This is where my weight bumped up. Do y'all see this? It looks like this. Let's say that I started at 300 pounds. By the second day, I'm 297, 295 by Wednesday. Thursday, let's say that it's slowing down a little bit, 294.5. And then Friday morning, I was 294, slowing down a bit. Had that hollow meal. Saturday, I get up and I'm back up to 298 because of the hollow meal. How many of you have been through this? You see this life playing out. You were 300 or whatever your weight was, and you had lost 6 pounds. You were so proud of yourself. And then you had one hollow meal, one stinking hollow meal, and you're back up to 298. And now it looks like you've only lost 2 pounds, and you say, crap, this sucks. Yes, Christians say that in their head sometime and out loud sometime. Be real. We don't play pretend around here at Shibboleth. If we drink, we say we drank. If we cuss, we say we cuss. It does us good to be true confessors. Sometimes a Christian too says, sucks. How many of you been through that mentally and it's like, ugh. But watch. You know there's been times that you quit. You said, what's the use? That's not your voice, by the way. That's not your voice. That's the devil's voice. You're engaging with it like it's your own voice, but I promise you it's not, and I could prove it if y'all had time. But anyway, 300, all that effort, and I only lost 2 pounds. That's still pretty good, isn't it? If you got your mind right, that's still pretty good. Sunday, you're a good member. And you go, it doesn't matter. I'm sticking with this. I decided that I was doing this no matter what the scale said. You got back on Saturday, and on Sunday, you did a red column day. Let's say that you did that. We got that comeback plan. Let's say that you did the comeback plan. red column, 15,000 steps, and a 16-hour fast. You went all in after your challah meal. You paid for it. You had it, and then you said, I'm going to pay for it. Okay? Then Sunday, since you did everything so good, you back down to the lowest weight. It takes one day of extreme effort to pay for that challah meal. Are y'all with me? How many of you have been determined enough to see that play out? I know you have. I know you have. If you didn't quit, you've seen that played out. Tabitha Rogers is one. I don't know if she's here. She has her hog trough days like I do. She'll have them, but she gets right back on with joy, and it just falls right back off. She'll message sometimes, say it's unbelievable that I can maintain this way. But look, now we're back in efficient fat burning. We're just living the lifestyle. We're enjoying the process. 294, 293, 292.5. And then Wednesday, we hit 291. This is why weigh day should be Wednesday. You get to see a true assessment of how much you're losing in a week. Everybody get it? Now, the best way with the scales to engage with the scales is when those scales tell the full truth. The full truth is told based upon your March 1st weight and your April 1st weight. Then the scales never lie. All right, I'm going to start answering questions now. That's about all I wanted to share with you today. Hope that helped. Laura, is there any way to eat a piece of fresh homemade sourdough bread and have a perfect day? If you had it with a lean protein, a fibrous carb, sorry, my ears are stopped up. I'm getting a cold. I can't hear. Is there any way to eat a piece of fresh homemade sourdough bread and have a perfect day? I'd rather you not. I would count that like a +2 on the weight loss meter. But if you could portion control it, you could get away with 100 calories of sourdough bread with a lean protein and a fibrous carb. Any more than that, it has to be a holiday if it's not already. But to personalize it for you, homemade sourdough with a lean protein and a fibrous carb, 100 calories of sourdough bread. Do not, whatever you do not go over 300 calories for that meal episode because of the sourdough bread. Sometimes y'all, I wish that I did one-on-one stuff and was just had a business that was new. I could have like 10 to 15 clients that I help, because there's nothing you can't have. You just have to know how to structure your day and have it. But God called me to do group stuff. So we have all these rules and we got to stick by the rules. And, sometimes people ask for something that I know that I could help them work in, like sourdough bread, but you can't do that for everybody. I would be careful if I were most people about doing the sourdough bread too often. That's why if y'all remember on the weight loss meter, I said I would call that a +2. On the weight loss meter, what does +2 mean? It won't help you. It will not help you. And if you do it too often, it will hurt you. Amanda, I have a question about salads. I really enjoy this Greek salad from a local diner. It's grilled chicken breast with veggies. Can I have this with my own dressing? I count the chicken as a category 4. I know to look at the restaurant options. So the chicken's a 4. If all of your veggies are category 2 and you use your own approved dressing and you portion control, you'll be fine. Be careful with the number of olives. Olives are high calorie. They're allowed, but use them sparingly. Think you'll be okay if you portion control it. Patrina, I am diabetic and have to keep track of carbohydrate. I journal, but in a different program that tracks carbs. How can I do that in your journal? I would have to journal times 2. I'm 2 pounds from 50 pounds lost. Congratulations. I've been stuck at the same weight for 3 weeks. So your protocol when you're stuck, when you're stuck, here's all anyone has to do. If they say this doesn't unstick them after 3 days, they lying. All right. So number 1, it's going to be a little more restrictive. So you have to reconnect with your why. Why are you doing this? Reconnect. Get fired up. Get that motivation level up to a 10. Then we drink our water, half a gallon to a gallon. We journal. We eat from the red column meals, portion control, 2 to 3 eating episodes, no grazing. $10,000 to 15,000 steps, and a 16-hour fast. That will unstick anybody. Your best unstick meal would be category 1 plus hemp flakes, or category 7 plus hemp flakes. 1 to 3 tablespoons of hemp flakes on a category 1 or 7 cooked in MCT oil. This unsticks the world. Now, as far as your journaling your carbohydrate, you can keep using the app that you're using instead of ours if you prefer that. When I'm keeping up with grams, I simply use our website. Let me get logged in here. I simply use the website. I go to the journal, and then all I have to do as I'm journaling, I mark the type meal. What did I consume? I consumed a Mighty Muffin. Category, it's a meal replacement. Protein, 20 grams. Carbohydrate, 10 grams. Fat, 6 grams, or whatever. Then I save it. But your problem is you've got to keep up with it, because that helps you with your insulin dosing, I'm assuming. So me keeping up with it here and then tallying it in the notes section daily, that may not work for you, because I'm doing it kind of manually like I would on paper. And I'm assuming you want automatic calculations. I don't mind working on that for you. It'll probably take me a month to get it coded, though. If you'd like for me to work on that, I only am aware of one person needing it. But if you'd like for me to do that, maybe others diabetics would use it too. And I will say this too, Patrina, I pride myself on finding solutions for people. But rather than me take a shot in the dark, if you'll send me the app that you use, if you'll email me, travisjack777@gmail.com, if you'll send me the app, if it's free app, I'll download it and I'll see how they do it, and I'll code it that way for you. Sharon, I ate a protein bar and drank 4 ounces of Fairlife milk at 2 a.m. Do I count this as a snack or meal? That would be a meal. I would rather you have just the bar as a meal. You had the bar and the milk, perfect pairing. It would be a meal for sure. Perfect, Joni. Yeah, if you and Patrina can get me the images of that, I'll see what I can come up with. Looks like several people would use that, so I can work on it. As I was doing that, I write down my calories in my journal. Sometimes I keep up with protein grams. I really don't worry about carbohydrate, but I can see how that would be a problem if you're having to also dose your insulin based upon those numbers. So, looking for some other questions that I might have missed, and then I'll let you all go. Sorry I missed that, Stacy. I hope Arlen is still there. Sorry if I missed Arlen. Please remind me next time. I just missed it. Hey, Arlen, what's up? Nice to meet Arlen. Yeah, sorry I missed that. I see it now. Y'all tried to get my attention. I just totally missed it. I'm sorry. Any other questions before we go? Is there a place I can put my sugar count down? I forget to write it on my paper. Same way, Patrina has asked, could we maybe code in a place for calories, protein, carbs, and fat? I just simply type it in where the category section is. They're Happy Juice pills, the sachet. One sachet has 2 servings, which is 6 capsules. Would I track carbs or net carbs? Carbs. I would track total carbs. Now, when I'm trying to approve a food, I look at net carbs, but all carbs are still calories. Thank you, Rebecca. Anyone else? Just a quick note, if anyone's messaged us about open enrollment that's still going on, Sasha is having to manually enter people in the system, and she's doing it one by one. I think she's about halfway through. By the end of the day, if you're one of those and you haven't heard from us, please reach back out to ensure your email did not go to spam and we just overlook it. What is the acceptable size for a bowl of salad? And could I make a salad dressing with MCT vinegar and spices? One of my favorite salad dressings is apple cider vinegar, MCT oil, 1 part each, 1 part to 1 part, and Italian seasoning. So yes, that is a superior salad dressing. This is my portion control bowl. This is about, up to the brim would be about 2 cups. So about 2 cups of salad is the appropriate eating episode. Thank you, Pam. I have great people. Can I make ranch dressing with the ranch powder and Fairlife milk? You can. Just stay within your condiment rule. Thank you, Darla. I really appreciate that. We will keep this record of the chat. And once Sasha and I can get everything restructured, we'll check into that. We are dealing with quite the personal turmoil right now. So anybody working with us would really be frustrated. But once we can navigate through this personal turmoil, then the business upheaval, we may very well need that help. We have allowed people to help us in the past, and we don't have our act together, and it causes a lot of frustration for that person. So, but thank you so much. That's very sweet of you. Regardless of personal issues or business issues, the show must go on, and we are dedicated to our Shibboleth members, hopefully like no other. So we appreciate everybody's prayers and patience. Any last questions before we go? All right, y'all. We appreciate you. Lord willing, I look forward to seeing you all tonight, or some of you anyway. Please tell others about our classes, our sessions. That really helps us, and hopefully we can help people and be a blessing to them. Bye, everybody. God bless you. Thanks, Vicki. Praying for you, Vicki. Chin up.